And what happens is now they're worth that much. I clean up the outside. I order the appraisal software, or I have an appraiser friend of mine appraise the house and write down that it's worth 200,000 using real comparables, by the way, using real comps. So these are sales that really showed up in public record. So he's not worried because he's like, that house.
It seems like it's legitimate.
It looks very legitimate. It's not, but it looks that way. And so now when I get the appraisal, I've got a person with 720, 710 credit scores. I have an appraisal. I have a W-2 and a pay stub because they work for a company that I've created. All the phones are going to be answered correctly. I can provide the bank statements. I can provide all of the canceled checks. So now I've got this perfect person. I just have to refinance the house. I refinance the house. The bank lends me $180,000, $190,000, which I only have 50 in it. So I just made $140,000 after closing costs. I make a few payments. Each guy would buy 5 or 6 houses. So they borrow about $1 million. Then I'd go out and get credit cards at the same time. So I'd get about 30,000 in credit cards. I'd go get personal loans, another 20 or 30,000 in personal loans. So each guy made over $1 million. I'd pull that money out. I'd make a few payments on the properties and I'd let them go into foreclosure. And the banks never had any idea. They just got scammed.
Because it was all a perception game.
Yeah, well, the banks they get the house back. And even if they thought something doesn't seem right, if they ordered an appraisal, their own appraiser would say it's worth 210.
I mean, look at it here. Wasn't you getting like fake pictures and stuff like that too?
No, I cleaned up the outside.
So when they came and just looked like it, but when the inside just looked, it was still bad.
Well, they're not going inside. It's all locked up. And if they do get inside, by the time they get inside, it's been 6 or 8 months. These are houses that are in the middle of an area that's infested with crime. So people break into those houses. Yeah, they tear them apart. So by the time some real estate agent or it gets sold on the secondary market, the house has been gutted.
After so many months, there is already under the impression that somebody broke into it and terrorized it. So it's not your fault.
Right. So that went on for a few years. We borrowed $11.5 million. Out of
the 11.5, how much did you see?
I don't know. I don't think much. 4 or 5, maybe 6 million. I had other people that were involved.
And how fast did that go?
Well, I was buying real estate with it, and I'm not really a flashy person.
You're just flipping the money, trying to just keep.
Yeah, I'm buying real estate. I'm buying rental properties. I'm buying cars. I'm going on vacations. I'm not a flashy person. Like, if you gave me $1 million right now, honestly, I don't know. Not that much about my life would change.
Yeah,
I'm just not a guy that's going to go buy a red Lamborghini and drive it around town. I mean, I'm just not. I might get like a Bronco or something. I don't know. It's about that.
New Bronco, those are nice.
I think
Lamborghini's too small. I don't like Lamborghinis. They too small. It's too flashy and they too low to the ground.
I'm not interested in anybody looking at me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, it's like these guys that go and rob a bank and then lay all the money on a bed and take pictures and put it on Facebook.
Media
yeah, like you should get an enhancement for that. You should get a little more time just for stupidity.
Just stupid stuff like that. So what was your main goal with doing all this? Like, did you have a goal like, I want to get this amount to invest in this, or was it just I'm living?
No, I mean, I figured I'd get, at that time, I thought I was gonna build up this development company and it would take off and that's it. But before any of that really happened, because keep in mind, I was also building new houses.
Right.
So we're building new houses. We've got like over 100 vacant lots. We're putting up new houses all over the place. We're buying houses and bulldozing them. And, while we're doing this, the FBI gets involved. Another buddy of mine gets pinched, and he works with a task force to come after me. So he doesn't want to go to jail. So they put together this task force and they're coming to arrest me. And I have a buddy who's he's a Hillsborough County, a sheriff's deputy.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember this part right here. And didn't he like warn you or something?
Yeah. He comes to me and he goes, his name is Steve Sutton.
Yeah.
Steve comes to me. He doesn't work for the police anymore.
YouTube, he doesn't work for the police anymore.
No, he ended up, I don't think I don't know why he ended up, like, I think a couple of years later, he just retires. He had a bunch of real estate. I'd gotten him like $1 million worth of real estate. So he came to me one day and he said, look, I used to date this chick on the Tampa Police Department. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, no, what's the big deal? Like, okay. He goes, yeah, she's on a task force. I'm like, right. He goes, and they're investigating you. And I went, what? He said, yeah. He said, they're gonna come arrest you in a couple of days.
That's the best friend you ever had right there.
That's not like, that was a bad day, bro. So I just was like, holy shit. So
did any females ever get you in any bad situations?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been, there were girls that were involved. That whole investigation got started because of a girl that was running a scam, and she got in trouble because she changed her hair color the day before closing.
What happened with that situation? Let's talk about that. So a lot of people don't understand. A lot of things happen because you involve a female, and you
I don't know that it has. I don't know. Look, she happened to be. Look, the other guy worked with the police. To bust me. So I mean, I don't know that it's because she's a female. I think it's just because she got caught. I think that women are the weak link a lot of times because they have children. Well, they have kids and they scare them and they don't want to go to prison. They get scared and they have an out. So they, which is, whatever. I'm not worried about it. Listen, we're all fucking, you're a criminal. You're going to get, somebody's going to tell on you. Anybody who believes that, oh no, I'm not gonna, and he's not gonna, and we're friends.
Somebody is eventually going to tell on you.
Yeah.
So what was that situation about?
She had rented a house and was refinancing the house multiple times. And she went into a closing and she had an ID that said her name was Rosita Perez, and she had black hair in the picture.
Right.
But the day before she went in, she got her hair dyed blonde.
Right.
Now keep in mind, this is a white chick with blue eyes that looks like a white chick. So the Rosita Perez
was a Latino.
Yeah. And when she had black kind of wavy curly hair, she could kind of pull it off.
Yeah.
But you just got rid of the one thing that makes you look Latino.
Yeah. I don't know too many Latinos with that type of color hair.
With blondish brown hair and blue eyes? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So the chick, she signs the papers and the woman won't give her the check. Now, she did a closing earlier in the day and she got a check for like $100,000. She goes in to get the next closing to sign, and that woman says something's not right. She goes, this picture isn't you, but it was her. It was her. She just had different color hair. So because the title person mistakenly thought this is not you when it was her, she ends up
other stuff.
She ends up looking into it, and she ends up calling a bunch of people, and she eventually figures out that the house that she was refinancing, she didn't actually own. That's a problem.
Big problem.
Yeah. So that led to my buddy getting arrested because the one check she had, she gave to my buddy to put in the bank. I told her not to. I told him not to. They did it anyway. And well, obviously, when this title person, they're called closing agents. When the closing agent called, she found the other mortgage, and she called that title company. That title company, they put a red flag on the check. So when my buddy deposited the check in his fake account, and he went in one day to the bank, they arrested him. So he cooperated, and that's how the task force got started. And then Steve Sutton, my buddy, who's the sheriff's deputy, came in and he said, "Listen, man, you He's like, bro, he said, you got to get out of here. Or he said, look, like, you got to get out of here. But what he said was, they're going to come arrest you.
Right.
So I don't want to be arrested. Right? I don't want to go to jail. So I took off on the run with this
How long
chick.
were you on the run for?
3 years.
During this time on the run, what did you do? Did you get like plastic surgery and stuff?
Yeah. I got 2 hair transplants. I got a nose job. I got a facelift. I had liposuction. I had my teeth done, like whitened.
Yeah, I seen the before picture of you. Like, man, you look completely like different, like a whole different buff guy, just out here doing a whole different thing. But yeah, I seen those pictures before. So you really went to the extreme to really change your identity.
I mean, yeah, because going to prison wasn't a part of the plan.
Was the pain worth it?
I mean, it was painful, but not as painful as prison.
So even though you still went, would you still, knowing you still want to go, would you still got the plastic surgery?
Yeah, of course.
Forget that. You just try to. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm still vain. I mean, I was going. I was balding. Yeah, I was still done it.